Hello friends, this is our new training session of Basic Awareness Training of 9001 2015. So before moving, don't forget the subscribe and channel do hit the bell icon because we'll be given couple of videos related to quality management system. About to us, this is a content we will discuss one by one about ISO. What is ISO 9001? The ISO 9000 series, why was changed ISO 9000 revised, ISO 9001 2008 and 15 key differences, what is PDCA cycle and process approach, after that risk analysis, then 7 principle of QMS, after that high level structure, and go to clause by clause 4 to 10 clause and benefit of the new ISO 9001 2015. About ISO. ISO is the worldwide federation of national standard bodies who work together in order to prepare international standard in which establish monitoring and control. ISO is the independent non-government organization established 1947, has the membership of 160 international standard institute. ISO developed more 18,001 standard, and ISO a range of standard quality management system that are based on 9001 adopting various sector for automobile industry, automobile IATF standard, aerospace AS9100 standard, and many more. So A and SI represented to ISO. And what is 9001? This is the quality management system that can be adopted by any kind of organization, like as service and product and manufacturing and many more industries. The system is focused toward meeting the customer requirement and enhance the customer satisfaction. Overall, millions organization in the 170 has adopted ISO 9000. They are the quality management system. ISO is the such essential inference standard which is used of the basic industries like as IATF, AS9100 and ISO 1348 medical device. So ISO basically maximum standard together use up together. This standard tell how to run business and they how to define critical documented element that must be consideration of the process and quality product. It is not product and product standard, it is not a system standard, it is only process standard. So we go slide. What is quality management system? So quality management system is defined degree of the set inheritance characteristic fulfill their the requirement. It is structure collection of policies, procedure, and their associated responsibility. This is known as quality management. Quality management is the organization does ensure the product service satisfied by the customer requirement complies with the any regulation standard applicability of those product and service, enhance the customer satisfaction as system work, reduce error, achieve the continuous improvement of the performance. So quality management system controlled by the organization and respected to quality QMS expressed at the organizational goals and appreciation. So quality management system is the together of the objective and the policies and the processed. So this is a together is known as quality management system. Of 9001 series, first standard is came to 1987 and focus on contract review. After that, second edition came to 94 and focus on customer satisfaction. After that, coming in 2000, third edition and focus on continuous improvement. After that, fourth edition came to 2008 and have some minor issue. Then came to fifth edition 2015 and have a RBT and HSL, means risk-based thinking and high-level structure, so which we have current now. I was ISO 9001 revised. ISO standard is the review every 5 years, revised if needed. The challenge and faced the business and organization and today are very different from few deals ago, and ISO 9001 has updated and taken this new environment into account. Customer and demand or products and service that impact on the brand and reputation those companies, and that can be made and growth day. So ISO 9001 needed to meet up the enhance the expectation. ISO regularly review and all standard ensure that up to date and continues to be relevant need and organization around the world. The major revision in 9001 was the 2008. Changes of 9001 2008 and ISO 9001 2015. So you can see in this no changes in 4 clauses 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 clauses. This is a changes only 4 to 10 clauses. We are going to discuss on details in this video. The changes of 9001 2008 to 2015. So this is a very important to get understanding before the company started the business. There are some terms and definition. Have the left hand old revision and have a right side new revision. So product converted product and service, and exclusion is the revised justification, and document and record converted documented information. Work environment is a converted environment of operational process. Purchase product externally provided product and service. Management responsibility is a converted new revision. Leadership continuous improvement only have a improvement. Supplier has a convert external provider, and risk based thinking and also added high level structure. Standard requirement of 9001 2015. So this is a mainly requirement. Number of main clause 10 clause instead of the 8 clause. Also sub clause 69 sub clause instead of the 51 sub clause. Number of procedure and document required 8 number of document required instead of the 6, and 20 number of records required in the instead of the 19. PDCA, this the systematical management process, and they are the interaction to achieve intended result. So plan means set object and build the process necessary to deliver, and do means implementation, and check means monitoring and measuring the process and result against. Act means take a action involvement improve result. So if you look at PDCA cycle based on 9001 2015, so plan phases is cover up the clause 4, 5, 6 and 7. Also do phases has cover clause 8. Also check phase cover has to clause 9. Also act phase has on 10 clause. Process approach. So Process of approach, it means there the control of the process that made organization interaction between the process and input of the output. The organization and the process set up irrelevant and interacting activities, transferred input and output, build in the check mid objective and promote the continuous improvement. So that you can see in this process approach, it means input convert in the output via the uh, process, and supporting is the with what material and equipment whom the skill, and this is a no at a convert IATF turtle diagram. So you can see in this process approach. After that, risk based thinking. Risk, first of all, risk, what is risk? Risk is the possibility of something bad happened, so this is a risk. So risk based thinking ensure the consider when the establish, implemented and maintaining of the management each process, each activity. Risk based thinking process address both of risk and opportunity, so that opportunity in a favorable situation for positive outcome. So you can see in this risk this is a risk, positive risk and negative risk. Negative risk, it means issue, and positive risk means opportunity. So risk cannot be avoided, but it can be reduced. So for example, maximum person traveling and moving by the motorcycle, so we have many risk something will be happened, accident and maybe death. So also if a person is wear the helmet and PPE, also maintain the control speed, so that it may be accident but possibility may be not a death. So this is a risk and opportunity. After that, risk based thinking. So we already discussed, risk cannot be avoided, but it can be reduced, it can be eliminated. So this is a risk based thinking. So first of all, we discuss what is risk. After that, describe the risk and result evaluation, determine the trigger and causes, what is why come this risk, identification risk and implementation of the risk, and reduce and eliminative of the risk. So we take a action and eliminate of the risk. One, quality management principle. Set up fundamental belief, the norms and rules and value that accepted of the true and can be used of the basis quality management system. So this is a 7 QMS principle. First, customer focus. Second is the leadership. Third is engagement of people, and four, process approach. Fifth, continuous improvement. Fifth, six, evidence based decision making. Seventh is relationship management. So first, customer focus. Organization depend on their the customer, and therefore should understand and current and future customer needed, should meet customer requirement and exceed the customer expectation. Second is leadership. Leaders establish unity of the purpose and direction of the given organization. Third is engagement of people at all level, the ensure the organization and their the full involvement up to be used organization benefit. For process approach, a desirable result is achieved more efficiently, activities and related to resource of management is processed. Fifth, improvement of the organization overall performance should be permanent object of organization. Evidence based decision making. Effectively decision making are based on the analysis, data and information. Relationship management, an organization and it is external provider and in interdependent and mutually benefit relationship enhance the ability of both create value. documented information. This is a high level structure. So the high level structure is the set of 10 clauses that all ISO management system standard are the required to use in the future. So that management system standard will be have the some look and feel. It will be enable to greater intended between system and different discipline. So this is a new standard of the place organization will be found. It easy and incorporate of the QMS. It is the core business to get more the moment of the business senior management. So this is the high level structure. High level structure is the quality manual. After that, management system, work instruction, SOP format, and this is a requirement as a following norms in use standard. It means shall means indicated of mandatory requirement. Second is a should indicate of the recommendation, and may indicate is a permission, and can indicate is possibility and capability. Also note guidance of understanding and clarity of the associated requirement mentioned in the standard. Fourth clause, context of organization. Context of organization means operating environment. Have a four subclause. 4.1 understanding the organization and it is context. 4.2 understanding the need and expectation of interested parties. 4.3 determining the scope of quality management system. Fourth is a quality management system and it is the process. 4.1 understanding of context. Context it means issue. Issue may be internal and external. So standard is saying determine the issue internal and external. After that monitoring and review. So this is a external issue and internal issue list. External issue may be legal, technologically competitive, market, cultural, social and economical, and some internal issue may be value, cultural, knowledge, performance, and performance, organizational, resource, skill, and policy procedure. To understanding of need and expectation of interested party. Organization to ensure that determine the monitoring and review of interested party. So that this is a list of interested party management, business partners, investor, staff, worker, union, distributor, end user, contract worker, income tax department, government bodies, and consultant, banker, etc. This may be interested party. The interested party intend the parties could be direct impact to our business and product and process. It may be who have any one impact of the business that can be monitoring and review of this requirement. Also 4.2 and 4.3, this is a boundary and applicability of the QMS based on the product and process provider. You can see list of document and take reference as per clause and subclause requirement. Fifth clause, leadership. Leadership, it is talk about much and more the to respect of the QMS top management. When the word is like promote and talking, engage and coaching, something like that. It is delegated must be understanding the top management. First is one leadership and commitment regarding that need management to ensure the risk and opportunity that can be affected, conformity of the product service and availability of enhance the customer satisfaction determine and addresses. Fifth point two, uh, policy it should be maintained and documented and communicated of the interested party. And 5.3 Organization role and responsibility and authorization. You have to define the role and responsibility and authorization of the organization and hierarchy. Document 6 clause planning. Planning, it means the process of thinking about the activities required to achieve and desirable goal. So this is three clauses, three subclause in six clause. 6.1 Action to address risk and opportunity. Determine the risk and opportunity considering issue and rise requirement. Identifies. Plan appropriate action and reduce the desirable effect, and QMS evaluate the effectiveness. Second clause is a quality objective and planning them. Quality objective must be measurable, quantitative, and time defined. They must be in line with the quality policy so that it can be determined the objective. Third is a 6.3 planning to change. If any change QMS, then manner, way, and plan. You can see list of document and take reference as per clause and subclause requirement. This is a 7 clause support. Basically has a 5 subclause. 7.1 is resources, 7.2 competence, 7.3 awareness, 7.4 communication, and 7.5 documented information. 1 resources. General. The organization shall be determine and provide the resources needed to establish implementation, maintenance, and continuous improvement of the quality management system. Second is a peoples. The organization shall be capable and constrained exiting of the internal resources, and people must be competent and skilled. Environment for the operating of the procedure and measure of the like as lux, temperature, light, humidity, etc. Infrastructure, it means building, association, utility, and transportation. Many more cover in this standard. Monitoring and measuring required that the organization shall retain appropriate documented information as evidence fit purpose of the monitoring and measuring resources. Organization result knowledge. Knowledge should be about a process, operational process, policy, and documented procedure. Also, internal and external resources. 7.2 Competent organizations shall be written appropriate documented information evidence based of competent. In the honestly competency need to determine competency of the employee, who's the employee competent, the basis of the appropriate education, training, and experience. 7.3 Awareness. Maintain documented information, demonstrate of all employee to aware their impact of the product quality, important of the activities and achieving the maintenance, improving customer quality requirement, and risk involve customer with non-conforming product. 7.4 Communication. The organization shall determine the internal and external communication relevant the quality management system and documented information. 1.5 Documented information. Documented information, the organization quality management system shall include documented information required by the internal standard. Documented information determine the organization as being necessary of the effectively quality management system. You can see list of document and take reference as per clause and subclause requirements. This is a 8 clause operation. Operation is a main clause for operational and functional. And 7 subclause. 8.1 Operational planning and control. 8.2 Requirement of product and service. 8.3 Design and development of product and service. 8.4 Control of externally provided process, product and service. 8.5 Production and service provision. 8.6 Release of product and services. 8.7 Control of non-conforming outputs. 8.1 Operational planning and control. Create a quality plan for product and service to describe how to QMS will be modify and apply the operational. Such as plan could be included a reference procedure and recorded to be maintained the analyze. Consider the product design and development process approach, also design and processes. This is the requirement for automotive industries. Identify key performance and measure up both process and alignment. Quality business. 8.2 Requirement of product and service. So this clause cover to customer communication and contract of customer and customer related all activities in cover this standard. For 8.2.1 customer communication. 8.2.2 Determine the requirements of related to product and service. For example, contract review. And 8.2.3 Review of requirement for the product and service. So this is a customer specific requirement. And 8.2 Changes of requirement, product and service. If any found any changes of a product ECN, then will be covered in this clause. 8.3 Design and development of product and service. The organization shall establish, implement and maintain a design development process that is appropriate to ensure a substance provision of the product and service. Planning, input, control, output and changes included. Control of external provider, product and service. So basically three subclause: general and types of extent of controls and information of the external provider. External provider is process and product service included purchase from the supplier and arrangement with the association company and outsource process to an external provider. This is a cover all document in list of approved supplier, supplier assessment plan, supplier performance and monitoring of supplier rejection analysis, third party inspection, all documents in cover this clause. Point 5 Production and service provision. The organization shall implemented production and service provision under controlled condition and included applicable. For 6 is a clauses for production and service provision. First, control of production and service. Second is a identification and traceability. Third, property belong the customer of external provider. Fourth is a preservation. Fifth is a post delivery activities and sixth is control of changes. 8.6 Release of product and service. This basically belong in clause quality control and inspection department. The organization should implement plan arrangement at appropriate stages to verify product and service. Requirement has to meet written evidence of conformity with acceptance criteria. 8.7 Control of non-conforming process, output, products and services. The organization should ensure process output, products and services that do not conform the requirement are identified and controlled to prevent unintended use or delivery. The organization should take appropriate action based on the nature and non-conformity It is impact on the conformity of the product and services. Correction, segregation, containment, suspense, provision of product and service, inform to customer and authorization to acceptance under concern. You can see list of document and take reference as per clause and subclause requirement. Document list, you can take a reference clause. Performance evaluation. Performance evaluation means measuring of the result. 9.1 monitoring, measuring, evaluation and analysis. The organization shall be retain appropriate documented information as evidence of the result analysis and evaluation. It means have a procedure for the monitoring and measurement analysis and evaluation, like as customer satisfaction to measure. And second clause is internal audit. Internal audit means to provide independent assessment that organizational risk and governance and internal control process operating and effectively. So you can make a plan frequently basis and do a audit by qualified auditor and check it effectively. 9.3 is a management review. As discussed frequently about the intended result in a management review. List of document and take reference as per clause and subclause requirements. Clause improvement. Improvement means something is a better as compared to old. So this is a three subclause. First is a general, and second is a non-conformity of corrective action. Third is a continuous improvement. 10.1 general. General improvement is the product and service to how to meet up the customer requirement, and we take corrective and preventive action reducing of the effect and improving of the performance, how to measure effectiveness in quality management system. The second subclause of improvement point, non-conforming and corrective action. If a came to customer complaint, so that take necessary action against non-conforming product and ensure that not repeated any non-conforming complaints. Also review of effectiveness of the against taken action. Three subclause. Continual improvement. Continual improvement, it means ongoing improvement of product, service and process through the incremental and break through the improvement. Document list, you can take a reference for list of document as per clause and subclause requirement. Any company has certified of ISO 9001 but employee not know of the responsibility, so that you can see this reference. Many benefit of the ISO 9001 2015, and like as suitability of the both large and small organization, better internal management, less wastage and cost reduction, and increase of the efficiency and productivity with in terms of the profit, improve the customer retention and education, also globally recognized of standard better opportunity. So that this is a complete session of 9001 2015. Thanks for watching this video, and please like and subscribe. Do share with your colleague and friends this video. Okay, thank you very much.